Yeah, I know. She's like, oh, where's the hair? Okay, I had let the root grow in. It's a little different when you're doing it yourself and it's short hair and it's trying to do rainbow, trying to do like rebleaching just roots and stuff. And I wanted to get some different colors also. I want to do it differently and bright for the spring. So I let the root grow in for a couple months. I didn't like bleach or anything, give the hair a break because right back here, right back in this area, it started to like break because I sleep restlessly. And so that with the being shorter and rubbing all the time and being fragile, it was breaking just in that area. So I know it has to do. Oh, raspy. So I know it has to do with all that too. It wasn't just bleaching. But anyway, I figured a shadow root with the rainbow. It's a thing. Okay, so but I do want it because the summer's coming. I want it to be bright. I don't want the shadow root. The shadow root with the rainbow is good for the fall, winter. That works for me. So anyway, I did it bleach. I also knew around a bleach, and I didn't show it, but I did put the bag and but I knew blue was going to be hard, and kind of blues with purples and stuff like that. So I just wanted to show everybody that's does this themselves or trying to learn because I've only been doing it since September, not even a year. The blues are always the hardest to get out. Okay, reds might fade quickly, just like oxidated cars. Red, they will tell you, will fade the fastest. Blue is the next, but fading and disappearing are different. So, the blue parts, if you remember from my hair, you could look at video or picture. So, everything really, this up here was dyed orange. Okay, that's why it's got the orange. And this was lime green right in here. And then we had blue, purples, and reds. I mean, a lot of it is faded up enough that once it dries, it'll be lighter. But you see the one? What is it? The blues. The blues that have stick around. Okay? So I just want to show that. Now, I'm going to redo orange in this area, and the yellow and stuff I'm going to leave because I want to make those same colors, but I wanted some areas that would be good for, and I may do a few streaks just to do like a pink. I have a beautiful like cotton candy pink that I did not know would look good on me, and it really does. So I did not think with my fair skin, but it actually does. So I know I look so different. Yes, I did my eyebrows, but I'm working on it. So I may do another round of bleach, just as a lighter one. After this dries, I might do a quick one, maybe a like a bleach wash type of thing, something just to pull up some of that. I'll think about it, but I'm going to then do, and I will show you the results afterwards. Um, and I'm gonna see if I can get it. It's hard because this wrist doesn't bend more than that. Yeah, that's what happens when you become 60 and stuff catches up with you. So it is difficult to do it yourself and trying to get and being able to see because your hands are up there when it's short hair. Your hands are in the way of you seeing how it's looking. As opposed to when you have longer hair, you could be like, oh yeah, I can see how it's coming out. That works. Yeah, I can't do that with short hair because by the time you can start to see it, it's already done if you screwed it up. Yipes. so, so anyway, I know I look odd. No eyebrows. They're there. They're just bleached out. I've got a plan because Pride Month's coming up anyway. I myself am not any of that, but I have a child that is, and even if I didn't have a child that was, I'd still do it because I still believe people are people are people are people. People are equal. And I don't care what color, what religion, what race, what culture, what gender. I don't care. I don't care what size you are. I don't care what age you are. And I'll go one further. Animals are also sentient beings. Many of them that we don't consider, or a lot of people don't consider, they're sentient beings. And, you know, the rest of it is bugger off, is all I can say. At 60, I don't have the time or the patience anymore to, you know, pussyfoot around about stuff anymore. I'll be tactful, but I don't have time to play the endless patience game anymore. I'm straight up telling you how it is. If you don't like it, don't listen. I'm trying to edify you. I'm trying to educate. I'm trying to help. You don't want it, then you're just deliberately ignorant, okay? And I feel sorry for you. I do. I feel sorry for you because this journey is going to be a hard one if you're going to persist in being, you know, unchaste, uncompassionate, um, no empathy, no kindness, no caring for anybody but yourself. Obviously, with Boomer and such, I'm sorry, it's not supposed to be a political thing. They don't even care about their own flesh and blood. So, why do they care about you? But with all of that, that is why my hair is rainbow. Be not and originally my hair rainbow was to help with my grief because I needed to have color on me, near me, even when I didn't feel that color. And I had to be where I shoved it in my face and just, I couldn't trust myself some days to put the color on. And so I decided that it had to be something that was there all the time. And it's working. Um, so I'm not saying all depression and all loss and all grief and all mental health issues can be solved with making your hair rainbow. But, and it wasn't for me either. Oh, it's okay, Raspy, no problem. He hasn't been feeling well, so I'm happy that he's in the mix. So anyway, I'm gonna take off, but I'm gonna dry this. I'm gonna get done, but I just want to let everybody know that hasn't done it. They're freaking out. This was already orange, and it was only half hour I left it on. The roots, as you see, got very. But these were put on first and taken off last. And you can see the green, the red, the blue. I mean, everything's fine, but this blue. Whoa. The light blues was just green, which is part blue, obviously. So yeah, that's how things come out on just one all over, just you know, basic bleach. Mix the powder, mix the developer, till there's a nice creamy. It's not all thick and it's not all lumpy and dry. You want it nice and hydrated, but not like liquidy. Just a nice smooth consistency. Just kind of like when you're mixing up fluid paints, the right consistency. Just so it's got the power, it's not diluted out, but it's all soupy. You need it to stick to the hair, but you want nothing dry powders. You need it all blended nice and well. Like when you bake, sometimes you just mix things like with biscuits that want flaky. You just mix it to barely blend it. It's got some lumpies in it. That's good. That's fine. And then some no way. It needs to be seriously blended. Pie dough. You work too much. You blend it too much. The grease, they're smudgy. You blend the lard and the flour too much, and you can make it very tough instead of flaky. All this stuff. This is chemistry. This is science stuff, guys. Okay, it goes with baking, goes with hair, goes with fluid art paints. So, I wasn't all hyper into that in high school either, but I gotta tell you, it really comes into a lot of different things that you wouldn't think about it. Just a basic. You don't have to be, scientist unless you like it, which is awesome then. But yeah, just to know, you are gonna need that in life. Just basic. Use it in gardening too. hmm Composting and companion growing, all of that. That's all has to do with, you know, balances and how reactions and just science stuff. But anyway, this is the way the hair comes out. You can see the blue is the hardest and the last to give up the color. So anyway, obviously I've got a long day ahead of me because I'm probably going to do one more bleachy thing, maybe, maybe not. I'll see how it dries. But I definitely have to do color placement, and I want to just have, I don't want to have the blue and the purple next to each other. I want it more like visibly discerned. I want to put pink in there. So I need a very, like, I might do the pinks around here because this came out very, very, very blondish right in here. So I might do that, and that would be actually nice. Um, so got a busy day. Plus I got to get garbage out today. Take advantage of the weekend. It is so quiet. Everybody's gone, but there's a lot of Indian folk here, and that's why I'm confused because I, unless there's something I don't know. There, it's not a particularly area, in my complex that has a lot of like on the patriotic holidays that do have the patriotic, you know, celebration type thing. So I'm trying to figure out. It's interesting learning about other cultures, especially when you live in it and you really don't know, and you the communication is sketchy between both sides. So you're trying to learn that way and figure it out. So it's interesting. It's interesting. But yeah, it's been very quiet, and I would have thought it would be like teeming today. So I don't know. Maybe everybody took advantage of just having time off from work and not necessarily to celebrate Memorial Day, but maybe just to go do something with the kids and everything. Because that playground is like flipping. I think there was 2 people on it. It's like 10 o'clock in the no 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There's been like 3 kids on it at any time. Most of the time it's been empty. That's not normal for a beautiful day. That's Saturday. Yeah, that's yeah. So here's a window. That's why I look out that way. But there's a window there too. So if you see me looking out, I'm sorry. ADHD does that. You're totally concentrating on 4 different things at once. But anyway, peace out, guys. This is what it looks like. This is how hard blue is to get out of your hair once it's in. So if you want to keep it blue type of thing for a while, or shades of blue and stuff like that, and play with that kind of thing, and just, a little less here or there, and just, strip, bleach if you want to make something lighter. But if blue's your thing and you're going to hang with that for a while, be heartened. It takes forever to get it out. So you won't have to be refreshing it quite as often. So peace out. Have a beautiful Saturday. Have a beautiful weekend. And if you're out and about, regardless if it's for celebrating or not, please, please, please be safe. And I'm not just talking about people drinking. I am talking about people drinking and operating motor vehicles, but I'm also talking about a little the political, especially being as that it's a patriotic holiday. Geez, I mean, some people, I'm not going to mention sides or parties or whatever, but some people, you say something and they'll like beat you with their, corrupted flag thing, So, just please, I'm not trying to disparage any people. That's why I'm being so obtuse, so not being specific, because I just want everybody to be safe, and I don't want to spread hate, and people that hate everybody or certain groups of it, really, why do you, who hurt you? What are you denying by hating that group so much? What triggers that? Really, what triggers that? I don't want to hear the Bible stuff, okay? Because that's not what triggered that. You learned the Bible stuff from somebody somewhere in your life, okay? And that was twisted. But some of you guys, the way you attack, and then well, a lot of people that attack and are projecting, which means you're accusing everybody else very loudly of the exact same things that not only are they not doing, but you are in fact doing. People that are like so homophobic and they're totally scream about, give every excuse for under nature, heaven, earth, and science of why maybe like LGBTQ doesn't make any sense and it's all against this and everything. There's a good chance they got a lot of gay porn on their devices, okay? And that's not just facetious. That is being true, because you can research it on the internet in reliable facts based articles and discussions, but that's the fact. So people that hate groups and hate with Pride coming up between Memorial Day and then slapping right into Pride Month, just be careful, guys. Just be careful. I'm not saying don't speak up if people are being verbally or physically mistreated or attacked just because they're part of a group of a group that others despise so vehemently. It's irrational, literally, and that's not just using like little metaphors or fancy phrases that sound horrible. That's the truth. That's it. They're just, So just be, guys, be careful, be kind, and really try to avoid. But if somebody is being injured by one of those types of irrational people, speak up. I mean, try to assist the person. Don't just ignore it. And yeah, I know that there could be a situation from that, but you walk away or you ignore it, and every time you do that, you're giving up just that little molecule of humanity. Okay? You keep doing that, there's a fine line of that. You give away enough of it, and you don't have any left. So, you become the kind of people you let abuse others because you couldn't get involved or didn't want to face possible danger in speaking up and protecting others. So, didn't mean to get serious. I came on here just to pop on to do a 2-minute, this is what it looks like, just so everybody knows, wet right off. So if it happens to you with the hair, I know I switched very carefully. That's a good ADHD thing, tactic, when it gets too heavy. But, I do want you all to be safe in what you're saying, and, just be aware of your surroundings, guys, please. And approach things with, like, instead of like, oh, I gotta be calm with this person when I come up to them. Be more like, okay, I gotta be calm. The way you talk to your people, say words matter and how you say things matter. They do, but they matter how you talk to yourself too, and that's a lot of times in here. So, if you see a situation, you've said, I gotta go. I gotta go help that person. I gotta go stand with them. That's wrong with what's happening. Instead of going over with the attitude, thinking to yourself, okay, just be careful, because that person's a real asshole. Instead of coming as you're walking, just think for yourself, okay, yeah, you gotta help them, but just think, okay, calm down. That's what you would say to some. If your friend was next to you and said, we gotta go, that would be the first thing you would be. Yeah, we do, but relax. You gotta go calm, right? So, if you talk kindly like that and help people respond, then why do we do that actual sabotage, the opposite, to ourselves? Because we gotta practice and remind us to be as kind to ourselves. Now, yes, there are a lot of people that are they expect way more from others, and give far less allowances, and they get all of it, but they don't. But then there are people like me who I expect way more of myself than I expect from other people, My I don't want to say standards, but I would expect somebody to be like civil would be this. But I mean, if it was for me, I would be this and this. But that's me, okay? I don't expect that from everybody else. But when somebody expects more from others than they expect to give themselves, there's a disconnect. There's something wrong there, you know? That's not right. Okay? And I don't see how anybody that can rub two brain cells together can't understand that over time there's nothing left in the vessel to pour. Okay? That's not going to stain over time. That will diminish the human compassion and the compelling of standing with others when they need help, even if you don't know them. Of equality and things like that. Every time you ignore it and don't act or speak up, you lose a little tiny bit of that. So remember that when you interact with people, either you're the person that's being upset or the person that maybe is being attacked. The person that's just standing there and not helping the person being attacked. So just please be careful in all you do and say and where you are. And I hate to have to tell everybody that, but a lot of people won't. But I'll tell you, Steph. If you've listened to those, well, I haven't even done a dozen videos. A lot of them are political. I'm just gonna say it what I think, and it's not just said out of impromptu stuff that flits past my brain like, oh my god, so many people in government and just public figures in general say some things that it's more than a face palm. It's like a face palm, a head exploding, and an eye roll on one emoji. It's like, oh, and the confused ooh look. All of those on like one emoji face, if that's like possible. I just I just don't get how they even put those things in public. And do they really think, do they really make sense to them, or do they really think everybody's so stupid they won't understand that whatever you said is like ridiculously stupidly and a lie? It's just sometimes my head is just I don't even see how that connected. If you put the dots on the paper, there would be no, it would just be some meandering line that doesn't connect anywhere, or connects with like arrows and X's and because they don't lead anywhere. So you're working with people that are off work for 4-day weekends. Blue Jay was just on the window grabbing a peanut. I leave for them and the squirrels. Yeah, so you're out there with people that are 4 days off. A lot of them. The patriotic, you know how that incites some people, and of course drinking. I'm more worried about people drinking and mingling and driving than I am about marijuana or CBD. That's like, please, you're using that. You're like overly careful. You're paying attention, overly paranoid. when you're drinking, you just, it's devil may care. You're overly confident. So I'd rather be people a little paranoid and over aware driving than people that are just woohoo, I'm good, dude. You know? But it's 4 days and they have reasons. They have reasons to use alcohol, to drive, to use patriotism, to there's a lot being used this weekend. So please, guys. Oh, and then barbecues. Barbecues and the inevitable drunk person near the fire, and probably pre July 4th fireworks, pre a month too. I mean, it's a recipe for 4 days of chaos and mayhem and stupidity. So guys, please, and tempers. So please be careful, everybody, and we'll go see what my hair will wind up looking like by the time I get this journey done. Peace out, guys.